As dusk approaches to this season of the Evo Sticks Southern Premier Division, Leamington count themselves among the favourites for promotion, sitting fourth in the table, just 4 points off Redditch in first place. The Break's 9-match winning run, however, did shudder to a halt midweek. A tumultuous 3-0 loss away at Chesham saw midfielder James Fry leave the game with a fractured jaw and Leamington's automatic promotion charge put on hold. They will, however, be boosted by the signing of Callum Gittings, who starts on the bench. The wind is roaring through the Phillips 66 Community Stadium, and the hosts will look again to Sam Austin, who has taken the league by storm. He starts on the wing with Lee Moore slotting back onto the opposite right flank, and temporary stand-in Ben Jaws dropped to the bench. Also included in a familiar side are Tawndry, who has been the focal point for breaks this season, with Tank and James Mace replacing the injured Jamie Hood in defence. Hollowing up for an attacking front line of Courtney Baker-Richardson and Ben Mackey, who have both drawn acclaim with their recent performances. The visitors, meanwhile, may be lower placed than Breaks in 6th, however they boast a formidable attack which has scored 63 goals this season, 12 more than Leamington. Greg Tyndall captains Chippenham with Kent Kapanen in goal. Matt Smith features in midfield, whilst joint league top scorer Andy Sandell leads the front line. New signing Alex Fidge starts on the bench. But losing possession now, Leamington, they have a chance to break to Chippenham. There he is, his top scorer, Andy Sandell, racing down and bearing down on goal. He's still with the ball, very dogged in his approach. He's cutting back and appears to try and take through, and it's a lucky break for the Breaks there. It looked like a shot from Andy Sandell, but then racing through to get on the end of it was the Chippenham player. But now danger for Leamington. It's clipped to the back post there from Ballinger cutting in field, but Breeden clears, and now Mackey chests it brilliantly and plays in Baker-Richardson. Baker-Richardson bearing down the goal. Sam Austin's in acres of space if he can pick him out, but just too short, intercepted by Tyndall there. Sam Austin was screaming for it and was in so much space, but Baker-Richardson just couldn't gain his bearings there. It's down forwards, down the right, shielded in the corner. Leamington players harrying in the box, and nearly it's a mix-up and an own goal. A calamitous and unfortunate own goal for Leamington, and the first home goal they've conceded in a very long time. As it's Richard Tawndry that just was caught out by the ball spinning in and knocked it past Tony Breeden in the goal. He's a player of pure class and a real standout performer, Richard Tawndry, this season, so you can't hold it against him. But the simple fact of the matter is that with around 35 minutes gone, it is Leamington FC 0, Chippenham Town 1. An unfortunate own goal for Leamington, and perhaps the first sign of adversity in a long time, and a chance to show their character. This time Gudger takes it, Baker-Richardson touches it short, back to Gudger. Sam Austin sharp and quick, but Baker-Richardson not quite on the same wavelength there. Mackey's won it back though, and Tawndry's racing forward. He takes a touch and it's wide, it's through. Here's Richard Tawndry. Forces a shot, best move of the game for Leamington, a deflected out for a corner. Jack Edwards making a darting run. It's clipped in, here he is, Jack Edwards. Oh, it's just over. And it's a trademark Breeden delivery. It's all the way into the box, but cleared away well by Leamington and flicked forwards by Gudger. And it's Baker-Richardson, it's fired over by Ben Mackey, seemingly from point blank range. Looked like he was trying a rugby conversion there. It's thrown in long by Chippenham. Magunda was up for it. Here's Lee Moore. It's a snapshot at the edge. Volleyed well high and over. Courtney Baker-Richardson's coming away with it deep. Passes wide to Gudger, who nearly used his hand there, but the referee's happy for it to continue. Austin to Gudger. Gudger wide, racing towards the touchline, keeps it in, and the referee has given the ball going out for a goal kick initially. We're not sure if that's under advising from his linesman, but the Leamington fans certainly are unhappy with it. Here's Ken Kappen, and he's getting a little bit of a break from the fans now. But here's Lee Moore down that side, and it's won back by Chippenham. You have to credit their wingers and fullbacks. They've been relentless, and it was Harry Grant there with excellent work. But here a chance through for their top scorer. It's beaten across the face of goal, and it's a goal. Cruel, so cruel on Leamington. It was top scorer Andy Sandell who fired a vicious shot in low, and it was a sensational save by Tony Breeden, you have to say, but following in there, the rebound just couldn't be cleared away. I'm not sure who it was that scored it in the end. There were a few bodies in there, but it was the real crucial work done by Andy Sandell that really won that for them. Tawndry throws it long down the wing. Here's Ben George. He's got 3 green shirts around him, but he's worked it back brilliantly to Tawndry, who cuts inside. Is he going to try a shot here, Tawndry? He sidefoots it in. It was curling. Jack Edwards, snapshot. It's in! Jack Edwards! He scored from the edge of the box. It wasn't the most spectacular, but he just placed it. He looked up from the rebound and side-footed it calmly into the bottom corner. That is brilliant from Jack Edwards. The spotlights have lit up, and so has Leamington's challenge in this game. It is Leamington 1 and Chippenham Town 2. With 15 or so minutes left to make a challenge for this game once again. 2-1. The visitors still lead, but here's Breeden. That's a bad foul, and Breeden looks really, really uncomfortable there. Maybe he's playing it up, but the referee... It's a red card! In an instant, the game has turned on its head. It is top scorer and arguably so far man of the match, Andy Sandell, who has received a straight red card for a really late, really far away from the ball challenge. He hacked out the feet of Tony Breeden. It was an innocuous ball and really no need to make the challenge, and the referee has taken a dim view of it. And the fans love it. It's a slice of fortune again, but you could argue the similar slice of fortune that was given to Chippenham in the first goal, the own goal from Tawndry. Maybe what comes around does go around. Throwing forwards, Connor Gudger. Here's Sam Austin. He's going to love this now. Sam Austin fires it wide. Beautiful, beautiful. Just ahead of Ben George, but he keeps it in. Ben George on the right wing. He passes back. Tawndry racing down the right hand side. Tawndry curls it in. Can't beat the first man, but it's back wide. And he's got it again here. Tawndry, edge of the box. Clips it wide over the head. Here's Connor Gudger from the edge. Will he try a shot? He's cut in field. Here's the substitute. Gittings wide. Tawndry, Leamington really prowling now. He's inside again. Oh no! That could be a red card again. I think that's going to be a red card as well. It's 2 yellows and a red. He's off. You have to say it was a silly, silly challenge to make for Richard Tawndry. His side a man up and just chasing the lead. He got over eager and really dived in with his studs showing on Joe Breeden. It's a second bookable offence and it's a second sending off from Chisora. And to be honest, it's difficult to argue with it, and it's turned sour. Ken Kapanen is incensed. Breeden's come all the way forwards to take this free kick and clips it into the back post. Headed down. Here's a turn. Here's a goal! They've equalised. It's Jack Edwards with his second. The Breaks celebrate. Out of nowhere, they go mad. He's been the constant beacon of light for Leamington, the standout player against adversity. He's let his passion show through. He's been arguing with the referee all game, but he's got his just desserts. Jack Edwards lifts the Brakes back into their title charge. And it's all back on, from 2 goals down to level, from 1 man up to level. The Leamington fans chant and cheer because they know their side are back in with it. With about 5 minutes to go, it is Leamington 2, Chippenham 2, and what a game we have on our hands now. They've taken it quickly. Here's Austin to Ben George. Ben George whips it in. It's gone wide though, and Baker Richardson's chasing it down to try and get it under control. Here he is in midfield. He's giving it away badly. Problems for Leamington. It's a 1-on-2. He's fallen over, defending so urgently now. What can he do here? Breeding is wide. It's blocked, and it's surely a clearance. And oh! Just surviving Leamington. It was a calamitous mistake, and it looked certain to be a goal, but it was just cleaned up. Space opening up for Leamington. He's going to clip it in, but scuffs it. It's gone to the edge though. Here's the substitute. Gittings plays it in. Chances. Corny Baker Richardson shoots, blocks. Still to Gudger though. At the edge, Gudger whips it in. Who's in there? It's Jack Edwards. Oh, he's cleared off the line. Surely that was meant to go in. Jack Edwards there. Agonisingly close to the hat-trick. The fans are on their feet. Won't favour Sam Austin at all. It's flashed along the ground and flicked on. Here is Sam Austin though. He's chested it down. Can he work it wide? He's left it to Gittings, the substitute, who's passed it out to no one. It's such a difficult game. And that is full time. It wasn't the Hollywood fairy tale finish that the Brakes fans might have been hoping for. But what it was an incredible 90 minutes of football that saw Leamington beaten and worn down at 2-0, looking out of the game. It was an unfortunate own goal from Richard Tauntree. And now the heavens have really opened. It's hail. It's hail. Full-time hail at the Phillips 66 Community Stadium. I can't believe what I'm seeing right now.
So, Paul, a very hard-earned point today. You must be happy that the lads had the determination to get themselves back into the game.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, from sort of about 65 to 95, we were probably where we needed to be. Listen, I think we're all aware how difficult today was for both sides. And to say the first half was a non-event was the understatement of the season. Absolutely nothing happened apart from us giving a very poor goal away. Listen, sometimes when the away team comes here, they struggle to adapt to it. And it's been a while since it's been like this, but we sort of know you've got to play a little bit of percentage football and get the ball in good areas and make them defend. But we just overhit everything or just made too many bad decisions. And I was disappointed with the energy of us. You know, we've got a lot to play for, just like Chippenham. Half time we spoke about it. I thought we started brightly second half, but the sucker punch then was the second goal that we haven't reacted to. And probably felt then that. But what I did feel was the boys that came on and the slight change in shape, playing Jack higher. I thought Joe Housel's come on and started picking up some second balls. Callum's come on and passed the ball, and Ben George has give us some legs on the right hand side. So that mixed in with playing Courtney on a high line and Jack on a high line. We started to put them under pressure. And as much as I can be critical for the first hour, the last half hour I can't be. And we played with lots of energy, lots of purpose, a little bit gun-ho at times, but we got two super goals by Jack, who's had a super game today. really dragged us through it. And you're looking for people. You're looking round at 2-0 down on a horrible day, and you're looking round at who's going to take the game by the scruff of the neck, who's going to drive us on, and he did. You know, along with one or two players backed him up better second half, and he did. And we're probably unfortunate not to win it in the end. But it was a shame. I was looking forward to today. The conditions have spoilt it a bit, but like you say, our last half hour was where it needs to be, and it's probably like a winning draw to us, shall we say?
Obviously, you talk about the conditions. It seemed Leamington really struggled with the wind today.
Yeah, we did, yes, especially first half. It's hard to know which half it was in favour of the team. I think it was slightly going sort of up the slope there. And like I said, no, we didn't. We overhit too many things, and we were, so we didn't hit good areas, and we didn't get a hold of it, and we did struggle. We struggled, and listen, some of it was the wind, and some of it was just a bit below par. There was definitely an element of that. But like you say, as bad as we were early doors, we played the conditions really well second half and last half hour, and the fact that we got it down a bit more and we were brave. That was the biggest. And we were brave a second half. We played through, because in those conditions, it's easier. I'll get it on the floor, but when the game's 100 miles, it's hard to get the time to do that. But when the game opened up, we were brave enough to play through. Tanky and May started having it. We got Taundry and Connor. We started getting it round the outside. And then when Callum came on with Joe, it just gave us a little bit more in there, and that just made us probe a little bit more. And so listen, for where we were at sort of about 4:25 to where we were at sort of 4:50, I'm a little bit happier.
Obviously, with Richard Taundry getting sent off today, it means a second red card in the past few weeks, and also with the defenders being out, are you worried that you might not have a defence coming soon? You've
probably never seen me play right back, have you? But to be fair, he's got 2 yellows. I'll have to say it again because I missed the first one. The second one. What happens as well, obviously, with Andy making the challenge up the corner, the referees give the red, which some referees would have given me yellow, and then obviously. Referees, it's a sign in football. They do like to even it up. And obviously, Richard's just overrun the ball. And that was conditions. And it was probably one of them. But his momentum's took him to... And he hasn't caught the lad. He's just... Obviously, he hasn't maliciously caught that, but he's caught the lad. But sorry, it's a yellow card. That's the problem. And some refs might have dealt with both situations slightly differently and allowed for conditions a little bit. But obviously, the referee chose not to. Listen, yeah, it is disappointing because... Obviously, something that's really hampered us the last 7 days is obviously the injuries and suspensions and everything else. So, but listen, one or two of the boys we've brought in, hopefully, you've seen today, getting Joey Halsall back involved, getting Callum involved with us. Obviously, Doobie, that'll be available Monday. He was here today. So, just getting a few bodies round us to help us get through. But it's something that we could do without. But we're very fortunate in them areas. We've got people like Ben George as well and Ross Holton who can do jobs in them areas.